All right. Live from VA, it is CJ Squared, episode 29. Man, we had 29.
We rolling them out.
We'd be saying 100, right?
We rolling them out.
You know what I'm saying? We'd be like, oh, episode 100. I was like, man, really? we got that much content on YouTube?
Yeah.
Jeez. Wow. All right. So, we're back. It's Thursday. We got all these sports going on. You got hockey going on. You got baseball going on. You got
sports
football
everywhere.
going on. Basketball going on. The Hawks just played tonight. The Hawks, man, put up 113. You know why? Because they got shooters.
You know why, baby.
Everywhere. They got shooters everywhere on the court, right?
Yeah.
It's like here, we got shooters everywhere in this thing. We got shooters everywhere. Everywhere you look, you got me, you got Joy, you got Chris. We are definitely shooters, right? We shoot our shot.
That's right.
Let's go. All right, here we go. Review last week, college picks. My man Chris had a whole bunch of islands. He probably wished he didn't go to them. They didn't work out for him last week. All right. Joey, for some reason, Joey is staying in fuego. Dude's at 55% for the year on his picks. Chris has had a bad week. He's not that far behind. Chris is at 48%. He's hot too. OJB, I'm down at 41. Me and the C double at 41%, which is not bad, but definitely below my high standards, right? But I will get back up there and hopefully raise my percentage of picks, man. It's killing my soul right now. We got Buttons. Last week, Buttons finally stepped up. Good for you, Buttons. You finally stepped up and joined the big boys in with your picks. And my man Hot had 7 picks right last week. So we are at the halfway point. 7 weeks left. Got bowl games. We're going to see if my man Joey can bring it home. Can he come through clutch? Chris is like, I don't think so.
I don't know. That's tough, Joey. That's tough.
Chris is like, I don't think so, right? I mean, you are the hottest of the hot right now when it comes to these college picks. Man, you're the exact opposite of hot. Well, not the exact opposite, because for the basketball picks, you were absolutely horrible. So it's not in order for it to be the same, you had to be like at 75% on these football picks, right? Because
one time I wasn't horrible, JB.
I know. No basketball picks, Joe. You know, Joey, on basketball picks, man, you were terrible.
Except one time.
Okay.
One time.
Except for one time. All right.
Remember that one time?
That one time. We picked like 40 games at one time. All right. So also, quick review, right? Last week, every week we give you a sleeper to take, right? We give you a pick against the spread, and we give you an absolute lock. Like my man Jeff Mann said, guarantee, right? We give you a guarantee. Guess what? We put it out there. If we're wrong, we claim it. But most of the time we're right. So let's review that too.
Right.
On our sleeper picks, I go through my picks right first, right? Because I hit all my picks last week. I gotta pop my collar, right? On my sleeper pick, I said UCLA. Joey was kind of mad about my pick, but I still picked it right. Don't be hating. All right. My Rams, what I tell y'all, who the Giants playing this week? Pick them. All right. The Rams put it on the Giants 38-11. Did I tell you my boys are gonna cover? I know at one point I was scared. Because those refs were playing against the refs and the Patriots last Sunday. Even Zeke said that. He probably gonna get fined because of that too. Mm-hmm. But every one of mine hit last week. Now, Chris and Joey, they did pretty good too. Chris, that BC pick was probably his worst because BC got skull drugged. They got beat like a drum. UNC was his lock. We told you that lock is that money line pick, right? When we say lock, look for the money line, right? Add it to a parlay, right? Don't just go bet on it because the money line could be a lock and it says minus 900. Hey, it's a lock. Okay, that's why it's called a lock. And his best pick was that Oklahoma pick, right? Oklahoma started that freshman quarterback, and all of a sudden they look like Oklahoma.
Yes, they
do. Put up points, right? So -13, Oklahoma hadn't covered the spread all year. They've been killing us all year, especially me. They killed me so many weeks with their bad beats and just not covering the spread, but they covered. Now, my man's Joey, he was hot on his picks, but on these things, not so much. His Army pick, Army didn't win the game, right? Sorry. He didn't say go with the spread. He said they were going to win outright, and they did not. His Cincinnati pick, Cincinnati, they destroyed one of their nemesis, UCF, beat them by, 35 points. Covered the spread completely. But unfortunately, the Oregon Ducks, they didn't play a good game. They won, but didn't cover the spread. So that's our weekend with our spreads, our sleepers, and our locks. At the end of the show, we're going to give you our picks for this week, too.
Get your money ready.
Like Joey always says, get your pen and paper so you can write this stuff down and make some money. All right. So
money ready. Let's
talk about Major League Baseball, right? The Red Sox, man, they're on the brink. The Braves are in the same position they were last year, up on the Dodgers, right? Except for this, the Braves get to go home with a chance to win if they don't win tonight. So so far, I could get to Joey. What are your takes on the ACLS and NLCS going on, Joey?
Chris and JB, I am very happy to say that the Sox are on the brink of going home. I'm very happy about that actual news, but this was not supposed to be a season for the Sox to be in this position in the first place. So it's a great season for them. As Chris said last week, it's always a great season when you're able to put out your arch rival in the playoff tournaments. I think we are seeing, even though Schwarber is hitting the ball out of the park and just is looking good, we're definitely seeing that he may be a weak link at first base. He did drop a pretty important ball the other night playing first base, and there was another situation where his foot came off of the bag also. So I think no one expected them to be in the position that they are in. I think all the experts did picture Houston being here. Houston's pitching, it has not been there at all this entire. I don't think they've had. Last night was the first time they had a starter that made it past 4 innings.
Past 3 innings, I think.
Past 3 innings. So Houston hasn't really been doing well when it comes to starting pitching. But when they need it, one of their all-stars steps up. So they will not be going. They are going back to Houston. They will win one of those last 2 games. Now the Dodgers, arguably the best team in baseball the entire year, 1 game behind San Francisco. They put their arch rival out, and now they're on the brink to a Ronald Acuna-less Atlanta Braves team. Are you serious right now? That is very odd. That's very odd. If the Dodgers do not go and win the World Series, they may have to take a serious look at their roster and see what the actual problem is, because they have completely put all chips. They made a huge traded away some huge prospects to get back Scherzer, Trey, Turner. They're all in. They need a World Series victory this year. If they don't, complete failure.
Yeah, I'm with Joey there. I mean, I think if you go all in the way the Dodgers did, they're basically championship or bust at this point. I mean, their payroll is like what, 260 million. I mean, it's absurd.
Yes, it is.
Then they go in and they go all in on Turner and Scherzer, keep those guys away from the Padres. If you don't win at this point, I think even if they make it to the World Series, that's still not good enough for them. They have to the other three teams, I think that's the victory for all of them if they get to the World Series. It is. For the Braves and Boston, I think just getting here is a victory. But for the Dodgers, it's basically win or bust for them. And they, I don't know where you go because that payroll is so huge. At least Bellinger looks like he's turning the corner a little bit.
He does.
Closer to, but now you lose Turner. Turner's, so and they still got some pitching, but what's going to happen with with all their guys. So I think for them right now, it's just they have to win. And the Braves, I think they're playing with house money right now a little bit. The fact is with Acuna losing him, but they've been getting it from Rosario came out and he had 2 home runs the other night. So they're getting it from all different places. So
yes, they are.
And Boston, like I said last week, I think they're also playing with house money. I think nobody would have expected them to be here.
Okay.
It's just the problem is that these offenses, they're just going out and just mashing the ball. Like Boston was on a tear and you knew that would fall off. And I've always said is like if you can't beat a team the way you always want to beat a team, the really good teams are the ones that win can find other ways to win.
Completely.
And that's really what it's going to come down to is if Boston's not getting production from Schwarber or PK or some of those other guys, are they going to be able to? Is their bullpen be able to carry them? And they haven't really shown them in the games that they've lost. You can't score 10, 12 runs every night. It's just not going to happen. So can you win a 4-5 game? And I don't necessarily know if they can do that yet. So until that, but that one call, everybody was going crazy. Did you see the umpire? They said he missed 21 calls the other day, which was the worst in all the postseason. Everybody was talking about that one pitch with Evaldi where he missed it, the strike zone.
Yeah.
And then the next pitch,
he missed it.
So, but as Joey knows, I'm not going to harp on refereeing too much. One play here and there. You don't want to leave it up to one little pitch, so
move on.
But we'll see. It's been entertaining, but the games people were talking about, the games are just long.
Yes, they are
4 hours long. Some of these games.
Baseball. That's why baseball isn't the American sport anymore. Nobody wants to sit there and watch a game for 4 hours.
Yeah, you could. The good thing is you can turn it back and even turn it.
Yeah, I know, and it'd be in the same inning, right? Yeah. Turn it back an hour later. It's like, oh, it's the second hitter. You're like, what?
Yeah. Correct.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Hey, so I'm just gonna keep my part of this short. I'm a baseball fan. Don't get it twisted, everybody. Right? But I'm looking out. Hopefully my Braves, and I said it, yes, my Braves can close this out. Even if they lose tonight, they still got 2 chances in Atlanta.
In the dirty.
To bring it home, right? And Boston, if Houston makes it to the World Series, people need to shut up and stop complaining about Houston and their cheating. Because obviously, cheating or not cheating, they still good. So you gotta just let it go. Like Joey said,
really,
you gotta let it go. Let it go, people. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go, man. Just let it go. Because obviously these guys can play, right? And they got a good manager. All right. Good. So on to the next thing. Based on our first night of NBA action, 2 of probably the biggest favorites to bring home the NBA championship didn't look too good, right? So, Joey, Chris, which one of the teams do you believe between the Nets and the Lakers could be in the most trouble? We start with you, Chris.
This one's tough because I think I know where Joey's going, and I'm gonna go. I think with Joey here in that I think something's up with Brooklyn because Durant did his. It's not like you didn't get it from him. Harden, I don't know if Harden is able to now transition back to more Houston Harden because we saw him last year kind of turning into more of the facilitator, which is fine when you've got Kyrie and Durant. You don't necessarily need to transition back. The problem is they're older in the bench. Their benches, they don't really ever have any. I mean, Patty Mills is good, but I don't know if Patty Mills is just more of, he's just kind of come in and be like a poor man's Kyrie, right? So
he was hot last night though.
Yeah, I mean, he scored I think he put up 20 something the other night, which is good, but I think what scares you is they're not big up front. If you're playing a team like Milwaukee, who is big up front, what are they going to do with a team like Milwaukee who bounced them last year? You know, I think that they're basically depending on Durant to play at an MVP level, which is expected, but they're more turning in now to Milwaukee, right? Where they've got to depend on one guy to carry them. And then hopefully Harden steps up to, if Harden just plays good, they'll just be pretty good. Harden almost has to be at his MVP type level as well for them in order to them to make it to the championship, in my opinion. So I think maybe they try to make a move to get somebody in the middle. I mean, who started for them the other night? Blake, I think, was in the inside. They got Claxton.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, and Aldridge is still going to get you. To me, there's just something there where I think that if you lose by 20 something and Durant does what he did, that to me, that's red flags right there, because it's not like Durant had an off game. Patty Mills got you 20 something and you're still losing by 20 points.
I mean, Milwaukee beat them and came out tonight and lost by 42. So
yeah, so maybe next week. That might just be the NBA. That might be just the NBA, that it's so up and down that there is. I mean, and obviously this is a very early prediction or red flag. So we're just, but to me, I think that Brooklyn has a lot more red flags that they got to figure out. Just so and more comes down to, can Harden return? If Kyrie's not there, can Harden return back to MVP level player?
FYI, the chef is on pace for 100 points tonight at the end of the first quarter. Guess how many he got in the first quarter?
Oh my gosh.
He got 25 points. Jeez.
25 in the first quarter.
Wow.
He cooking.
He is cooking.
That's the Harden one. No, that's the Harden one.
Yeah.
It's Zeke. That's the eat. And this is the Harden.
Yeah, you got to feed Zeke. Oh my goodness.
You got to feed him.
Yes.
Got to feed him. Got to feed Zeke. Go ahead, Joy. What you thought? You got the Nets too.
I will piggyback on that, JB. I am, of course, this is the way too early overreaction period for CJ Squared, but something tells me that I don't like Brooklyn's makeup. I do not like it. We can look in hindsight now. Of course, we now know that the James Harden trade saved them because of the foolishness and malarkey from Kyrie Irving. But if we go back to that other roster that they had before the huge trade, they had a pretty good roster. They did have a devastating injury with Spencer Dinwiddie, who I think would have definitely been very good for that Nets squad. Someone that can penetrate, score at the bucket, hit a wide open three. But I love the fact that Karis LeVert could score anytime he wanted to. But I really love the fact that in the back, in the paint, you had Jared Allen, who was right there, ready to rebound, ready to block shots, ready to alter shots. I don't like Claxton. I do not like Claxton being the guy that is back there. Chris is a big fan of having those guys that do dirty work and don't do anything else. Chris thinks that Brooklyn should have that Tyson Chandler type.
Oh yeah, give me that guy.
That Steven Adams type. Brooklyn needs that. It's only the first game. I am overreacting, but I really think that if Brooklyn doesn't find someone, Milwaukee had 42 points in the paint. Milwaukee out-rebounded Brooklyn by 10. If they don't have someone that can do that work at a high level, I think Brooklyn can be in some really big really big trouble. Really big trouble. Blake Griffin doesn't do that. LaMarcus Aldridge doesn't do that. Those guys don't do that anymore. They need a young puppy who can come in, hop around, have energy. I don't think Claxton is that guy for them. They miss Jared Allen. They're going to really miss him. We will see as the season goes if we are overreacting. It don't look right now.
I need some better lighting. All right. Anyway. So for me, I'm going with the Lakers. Of course, and this is just like Joey said, this is an overreaction, right? But from what I saw, you cannot have, first of all, LeBron and Russ, they gotta work that out. And I heard some guy mention how they gotta stack their minutes because sometimes those guys need the ball in their hands. I mean, Westbrook has been one of the assist leaders in the league the last couple of years. So obviously, what does he need? The ball in his hand. Then LeBron's kind of the same way. I mean, when has LeBron ever played off the ball? Never. He's always had the ball in his hand like a point forward, right? But then they throw in Rondo. Lakers can't win the fourth quarter if Russell Westbrook is off the ball playing a Klay Thompson role. No. Because all you do then now is you just everybody falls down into the paint and you let him shoot.
That's it.
I mean, you take your chances. And more often than not, those chances are going to pay off for you if you rebound the miss. Because he's going to miss those shots. So the Lakers, and they'll probably work it out because they got 5 Hall of Famers on their team right now?
Yes,
they got 5 Hall of Famers right now that I know of. Maybe 6. Bron, Westbrook, Davis, Howard, Melo, Rondo, right? Those guys are probably Hall of Fame players, right? They're old, except for Anthony Davis, but they'll figure it out. But right now, if it was me, I would say it's the Lakers. You know, the Nets. I'm with y'all too on those same things, right? Yeah, if you can't stop the paint, even though it's a 3-point shooting league, if you let people get layups constantly, you're not going to win.
Especially that freak. You're not
going to win. You're not going to win, right? If I can score every time down the court, you can make 1 3 and I make 5 layups. I'm going to beat you.
That freak was in the paint all night long.
Yeah, I heard. Yep, at the rim constantly, right?
Keep the freak out of the lane.
Speaking of basketball, now it's time for our fantasy draft review. How did we feel about our teams? Now, Joey was on here boasting about how he won the draft and he did all this wonderful stuff. So, Joey, tell us how you really feel.
I absolutely dominated every aspect of the draft that we had the other night.
I think Chris disagrees.
I'm going to your squad.
Building off of the big 3 of big men, Embiid, Sabonis, Christian Wood. I decided to build around my big 3 of 7-footers this year. We'll see how it works out. I'm a little worried about my small forward position when besides having Keith Middleton, I ain't got nobody else after that. Mikal Bridges, the unfortunate Miles Bridges, excuse me. The unfortunate thing is you don't get any extra points for it in-game dunks. Because if you did, you would be the fantasy winner because that dude is
dominate. Nasty.
So I do like my big men. I'm hoping I don't have to get into a situation where I may be picking up that phone, sending some messages off to some other managers in this league, seeing what they have going on. I do like wheeling and dealing sometimes. I do love that. We will definitely see. We will definitely see.
Chris, how you feel about your team in which you stole a lot of my players from last year?
Well, what did I steal? I stole Edwards,
Zion.
right?
You took Edwards.
Well, Zion just kept dropping. I was like, what the heck? Somebody
kept saying it. Yep. He's dropping.
Somebody had to take him,
somebody gonna take the bait if I say it.
I jumped on the so for my team, I think I can score. I definitely can put up buckets.
Your buckets.
But with so let me see. Because I got Pool's should score for them. Beal, Anthony Edwards, Sexton, Brown.
Bucket getters.
Yes.
Anthony
got
Davis.
Bucket getters.
So and I was just telling JB, it's kind of just what I do. Like I'm really good in about 4 or 5 categories, and I'm really horrible in about 4 or 5 categories. So it's always comes
7,
down
6,
to
7, 6, 7, 6, right?
It always comes down to those middle categories for me, and so this is just a typical Chris squad that I try to narrow it down to just playing for a couple categories and hoping that I can somehow, especially as the playoff gets closer, I'll make moves to try to. Really, my goal is just get in the playoffs. I don't really care where I finish so much because I know. I just try to figure out as the season goes how my team is playing out. If I can maybe get stronger in 1 or 2 of those categories, and then really just kind of try to slow play it all the way until I get in. If I can get in the playoffs, I'm usually all right. So, but the biggest thing is, can I get in the playoffs?
Yeah.
So hopefully I built a team that can get in, and then I'll try to manage.
That's all you can do. For me, I mean, when I first looked at my team, I thought, man, but then I sat back and I realized that whenever I draft a team, I always say, you know what? Whatever team I draft, I feel like I'm gonna outwork everybody anyway. That's my thing. I'm gonna outwork you. I'm gonna make I will make every year. I will make more moves than anybody else. I will take more chances. Yeah. I will take more chances. That's how I play fantasy basketball. I can't always rest on, let me keep a guy and he's playing 2 games and this guy here is hot. So let me, I'll take a chance with somebody. Like I took a chance on the kid last night that went off for Indiana. I said, let me take a chance on this guy. Yeah. Right? Let me take a chance on this guy, man. He went off. Let me give him a chance and see what he can do for me. What can you do for Brown? You know what I'm saying? What can you do for Brown? So, I mean, I like my team. I got decent players. I like to have. I'm more of I always try to draft not for to win categories, but to have balance, right? I figure if I got balance, even though I'm kind of light on assists, I didn't get. Usually if I don't get point guard as an assist guy, I try to get some bigs that can get some assists, but they got swiped, like my man Sabonis, right? But I got some bigs who are like 2 of my bigs. They missed like 2 shots last night. Took like 25 shots and they missed like 2. So, with Harold and Allen last night, then they went I think Allen went 10 for 10. Harold went like 8 for 10 or something like that in the game.
That's what he does.
And so I mean, it's like Chris said, it's pretty much the kind of war of attrition. You want to keep playing. You want to make the playoffs. I do like to dominate. I do like to in fantasy basketball be at the top and work that way. But I still am good with not being first place and making the playoffs.
Do you think you think you have a team that will dominate as much, or you think you'll be fighting it a little bit more this year?
I think this year I didn't, I don't know. I think that the people in the league have kind of did this year. I feel they did a little bit more research because they drafted a little better. I'm like, hold on, they took all these good players here. Normally these guys don't take these players. I'll say, well,
like
that's how it is sometimes, right? That's how it is. Right. I mean, my man, somehow I tried to dig deep on one player, put it in my queue, and then he got drafted right after that, even though I was live streaming. I don't know how that happened. but it is what it is. It seems kind of suspect because it was just too coincidental, right? It was just too coincidental, right? But anyway, that's how I feel, right? I feel like I got a chance. Like 2 years ago, that team I had, somebody dropped the ball. Like somebody was not watching the draft board. Like I got Harden first, and then somehow, some way, Ucla fell all the way down to 24. And right then and there, and that's when Harden was on that triple-double thing. Ucla was just coming to his prime. Those guys, I just needed somebody that can rebound. Those guys will get assists, steals, everything. So, and last year's team was pretty dominant too. But that's without KD for most of the year, right? I drafted, that's my first round pick was KD.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't play that much, and I had Sabonis and Zion kind of carrying me, and Michael Porter stepped up too. So he went early. I'm like, what? Michael Porter going in early rounds? What is going on? So we'll see. I think we all got a chance. It's the first week, right? So we'll see.
Yeah, it's early. I mean, the thing with your style is that when, like we had talked about, Kevin Porter, you had him at one point, and then because you dropped, there's times where you'll have a guy drop him, and then 2 weeks later he blows up, and because of that style.
But guess what? But then you'll pick another guy up. Like when I dropped him, somehow somebody dropped, like for the whole year, nobody picked up Edwards. Nobody wanted any parts with him. Guess what? I picked him up, he started blowing up. Somebody dropped LaMelo Ball. I picked him up, he blew up. Yeah. So is somebody gonna make a move.
Yeah.
Like, right now, I got Jamal Murray on IL. I might drop him and pick up Kawhi. Kawhi coming back at some point, I think. But I think Jamal Murray might come back for Kawhi. Kawhi get hurt, he don't be coming back. We already saw that in San Antonio. Yeah, he don't want to come back. He ain't coming back. So
he's definitely.
I'm a chance taker, man. I'm gonna take chances, right? I'll take chances.
Yeah, I think that's just your style. Your style is that, and then you live and die by that. You know what I mean?
I usually live a lot, so
yeah. So every once in a while, you're gonna let go of a guy that pops off, but I think that your style usually works for you. So
one guy pop off, I get two. I get one guy who dropped and pop off, another guy I pick up, just goes bananas.
Yeah, I mean
right?
That's the thing.
So it happens, right? I think a lot of guys out there that could blow up. So we'll see, right? I mean, if go ahead, Joey. You say Joey? Say we'll see.
We shall see.
Yeah, we shall see. Joey got that triumvirate and whatnot. He got the triumvirate of bigs, right? Embiid, Sabonis, Wood, all injury prone, by the way.
Two of them.
And nobody picked up. Javonte Williams touchdown. There you go, Chris. Got some points for you tonight.
There you go.
Yeah, he got a touchdown pass. So, yeah, man, it's just like you need some, like right now, it's like in football. You probably need to get a cuff for Embiid. Drummond had 17 rebounds last night off the bench.
I believe he did.
That dude can board.
I think he had 17 points off the bench last night. I know he had a lot. He's like Dwight Howard 2.0 this year.
Yes, he is.
Because Dwight Howard last year led all bench players in rebounds last year. Averaged about 9 a game.
All right. Board. Both of them can.
All right. So that's our fantasy basketball breakdown. We're gonna talk about this some more. It's a long season, right? Love fantasy baskall. I've been playing I've been playing fantasy basketball since I was in Germany and back in 2002.
Longer than football?
Longer than football. I've been playing fantasy basketball. Yep.
Yeah. Shouts out to Wiesbaden.
Wiesbaden, yes, sir. I was sitting there on my old Dell computer. Remember Dells would come in the mail and be in a cowhide box?
Oh yeah, I had
my Dell computer and my dial-up modem up in Wiesbaden, up in that Wiesbaden apartment.
Wiesbaden, baby.
Yeah, so you want me to get into some fantasy now?
Fantasy football now?
Yeah.
Chris Taylor just hit another home run.
Man, he's been killing them. That game's over, right?
It's a wrap.
All right, so
And
JB,
SMU won.
how'd you do in fantasy football this weekend?
Oh, how did I do in fantasy football? Well, so far, knock on wood, I haven't not had a losing week so far. And this is week 7 coming up. I looked at week 7. I'm looking pretty good, so I should be successful this week. I finished 5-1. I still got 2 undefeated teams, right? I got a basketball team that's blowing up. That's not even on the radar. My basketball team showed you my lineup, right? I got Mahomes, Tyreek, Devontae, and Cooper Kupp. Oh, what? How did that happen? Tell me, please. And you got the Rams defense. How did that happen? But yeah, I got a chance to win some money with that one. Another do good fantasy league, by the way. Everything you put into the league to get into it is donated to disabled veterans. So it's a good cause, right? That's why I love talking to those guys, because I am a veteran, believe it or not, right? So yeah, 5-1. The one I lost, hit by a lot of injuries. Quarterback play was terrible. Lost to my man Coop. Shout out Coop. Good job. Everywhere else, man, I pretty much, had an easy run, except for in the Fantasy 2 League. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Bills. Thank you for your terrible play calling. Thank you.
That's what they say.
Thank you. Is it me? I know that Josh Allen is your boy, Chris. Is it me? But is Josh Allen greedy? Does he want all the glory? Does he not want to hand the ball off to the running backs on the goal line?
I don't know.
Every time, Tennessee stopped him on one of those plays. Every time he had the goal line, he's not handing the ball off.
Yeah, but you would think a quarterback sneak with a guy who is as big as he is, that he should not have an issue. I'm talking about the quarterback sneak. I'm talking about every time they get inside the 5-yard line. He's just taking the.
They run the RPO, and he's keeping it every time.
Yeah,
he will not get the ball to the running backs. Like, dude, the way he plays, I hope he doesn't get hurt. But he's gonna take he's taking some hits. But yeah, I went 5-1. But thank you, Buffalo, for helping me on that. If overtime would have happened, I was done. Done. So yep. 6-0 in the Do Good League. 6-0. Right? Like I said last week, I got a shout out Saturday morning.
Yes, you did.
From Dan Claskins, saying that he was chasing me down in the Do Good League, trying to catch up to me.
That's sweet.
Right? That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
and then he turned around and mentioned me again later, because I just sent him a tweet about who was kind of getting on my nerves for the season. And he was like, yeah, I agree. I put Calvin Ridley hadn't really stepped up the way he needed to.
Oh yeah. We were talking about 1,300 yards, remember, at the beginning.
Yes.
So
Thanks.
We'll have to break down our year-end fantasy bust, and he could definitely be up there. So I'll get into mine first before we get into Joey's, because Joey had a good week. So I went 2-3. I've just kind of been staying right in that 3-2, 2-3 range for whatever reason. I just can't get everybody going. Injuries, I've just had a lot of injuries already. I have with losing David Montgomery and having him in every league. When you put all your eggs in the Montgomery basket and he gets hurt. So right now I'm just more trying to weather the storm. Odell has kind of been, I took Curtis Samuel in every league. I think I took Odell in a bunch of them. And football, I had a bunch of the same guys, and none of those guys have really hit. So they've been all right, but none of the guys have really gone off. So when you do that, then you're kind of just be similar in every league. So
diversify.
Yeah, I keep a tight portfolio. Normally, I've been all right in the CJ Squared League, but Buttons Josh Allen killed me. So
Josh Allen killed you.
It's one of those where I needed Josh Allen to just either just go off or just suck it up, but not be in the middle. And he had just enough to beat me in one league, but not do anything enough to. Because again, in the one league, they put 200 something points on me again. I've had 4 or 5 of the 7 weeks. I think I've gotten 200 put on me 4 or 5 times right now. So I'm like, geez, I didn't have a great week anyway, but it's like, man, I think I'm the highest scored against in that league. So that's never good when it's never good when you look at your points against is higher than your points for. And actually, I think I'm second or third in scoring in that league. So it's not like I'm not.
You probably are, man.
Yes, you probably are.
I mean, the professor, man, his team, man, hitting every week.
Oh my God.
Aspect
every week his team is like, he got every player he's hitting every week. He's hitting.
The annoying thing is I got that freaking dude twice though, because now I played him first game, so now I got to freaking play him again. I'm like, that's two losses there. Like, oh, that sucks.
Ooh, that dude, man, Adam, he come a long way, man. He's come a long way. He used to be a bum.
Yeah, that's good. If you hit on Derrick Henry like he's doing, then
yeah.
All right, Joey.
He only keep him for one more year, though. He can't.
Right. Yeah, but that's when he'll be done anyway.
Yep.
He'll come out and like nobody even want him.
Absolutely.
All right, Joey. Let's talk about your week. I heard it was decent.
It was pretty.
Get your horns.
Jordan, game 1, Blazers. Have that feeling. Jordan, game 1, Blazers. Steph Curry, first quarter tonight. Me,
everything hit
Sunday. Me last Sunday, as I'm looking at my 7 teams, I am walking through as if I was McGregor because I did go 7
or Vince McMahon
this past weekend, or Vince, absolutely 7-0. I went this past
man.
weekend.
That's tough to do.
Oh, it's definitely tough.
That's a rare one.
It's definitely tough. I'm feeling really good about the league, even though I'm got to find a way to nurse Saquon back to health. If I can get Saquon back to health, I think I may have a real shot going far in the league. I think I may. Derrick Henry is carrying my CJ Squared family and friends league. He is carrying me. I love every second of it. Every second. He may go. He may go for maybe he might be going for a back-to-back 2K, possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. We'll see.
It's possible.
Things went very well for me this past weekend. 7-0. I might be able to hit it one more time this year, possibly. One more time. 7-0, one more time.
All right, so now we'll
thank you millions.
Now we'll get into our biggest fantasy surprise of last week. Joey, who do you got?
Surprise of last week, because it's a surprise whenever the Dolphins offense is actually working. And I'm so surprised that the Dolphins are in such a rush to get rid of Tua. What is happening there? But
where you at, C-Double? Where you at? I'm hot.
Guys, let us know.
What's the Dolphins record? Dolphins record is what?
1-5, right?
Yeah. But Tua played pretty well because his favorite receiver, the tight end Mike Gesicki, had 8 catches for 115 yards. He caught 8 out of 9 balls that were thrown to him. So well done, Gesicki. Let's keep on. Let's keep that relationship with Tua with Tua going, unless it will be Deshaun Watson maybe next year. Maybe next year if it's Watson. We'll see. But Gesicki, tight end, Dolphins. My biggest surprise. He played really well last week.
JB, who you got?
My biggest surprise is not doing crap tonight, right? Last week, Donovan Peoples-Jones, he was a number 3 wide receiver, right? In the league, right? Then tonight, he has no catches at all.
None.
No, not even a target. Right?
Man.
So what does that tell you? But yeah, big surprise last week. He had 2 touchdowns and 30-something points. So yeah, that's my biggest surprise of last week. Donovan Peoples-Jones.
I'm going Alex Collins, the Seattle guy, filled in for Carson. It was either him or DJ Dallas, Joey's
Oh, his boy.
That's my man.
It's his man.
But it looks
DJ
like
Dallas.
Collins was the guy. So, I mean, Carson's always good for missing at least 1 or 2 games. So it's never bad to have a Seattle backup.
That is correct.
Never know which one you need, but yeah, they're so yeah, he had 100 yards and 20 touches and a touchdown. So we'll see if he can continue it. Joey, how about your fantasy bust of last week?
My fantasy bust, Chris, you're not going to enjoy hearing this because this is your man's right here. But Ryan Tannehill went 8 for 29, 216 yards, and 1 pick. No touchdowns. He had an awful game.
He got a rushing touchdown. He saved me.
Rushing touchdown. For the most part, he got lucky because the guy that he's handed off to is carrying that team right now. He is carrying. Yes, crown him.
I'm going against the king this week.
Crown him. You want to crown him? Crown him.
Man, it is crazy when Henry breaks through the hole. How fast that dude is!
Oh my gosh, I was just thinking that.
Outrunning guys. It's crazy to see how a big guy like that moving that fast.
Wants to get in front of that? Who wants to really get in front of?
So Dearness Johnson has gone for 21 carries, 138 yards, and a tutty tonight.
Oh, geez.
Okay.
Yes. I guess he's that is somebody surprised next week.
Absolutely. It sure will be. It sure will be. So my
playoff Peter woke up. Oh, playoff Peter.
Oh, there you go. You know Baker would step in front of Derrick Henry. You know that guy loves throwing it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So speaking of stepping in front of Derrick Henry, Micah Hyde. Shout out Micah Hyde for hitting Derrick Henry in the open field when he came through. You just put your head down and hit him. Did y'all see that play? Check it out.
Oh
man, it was Derrick Henry, it was Micah Hyde, and Michael Hyde stuck in there and made the tackle. But
that is a career risk.
He paid the price.
Oh yeah.
But shout out to Michael Hyde.
That's a career risking tackle.
That's what you call a real man right there.
Absolutely.
All right, JB, who was your bust?
Oh my goodness. My man, Chase Claypool. Come on, Chase. Now, Chase is one of those Twitter clapbackers, Instagram clapbackers, because if he hears me on here, he's probably going to clap back at me. Oh, well. He had 2 catches for 17 yards. No juju.
On that beat.
Against Seattle. Seattle's DBs are horrible.
Yes, they are.
They're terrible.
Yes,
so, yeah, that's my biggest bust. Terrible. Wide receiver 93. So, hopefully, he'll have some positive regression, right? Start going up.
Yeah, he seems the type. Let me see. So, mine was Justin Herbert. He finally came back down to earth a little bit. He's been killing it stat-wise. So, for him, he didn't have a good game at all. 195. 1 touchdown, 1 pick. They got blown out.
Joey sitting back at home like I told you.
Joey's like, yeah, I saw it all along. 7-0 and Herbert.
Who I thought he was.
Crown him. Yeah, so that was my bust. I mean, you figure he's going to bounce back, but.
And Denver I'm sorry, man. I mean to interrupt you, but Denver is letting Cleveland just run the clock out. I mean, this guy's this game is over now.
Game, set, match.
Yep.
Man, Denver was counterfeit, huh? Looks like.
Yes, they were. They are.
All right, Joey. So that's it for our fantasy. Joe, you want to get into some picks for us?
Let's get into the picks. Millions.
Oh, good. Let's get these picks over with, man. It's getting late.
Millions. Get your money ready. As they say, a wise man once told me, scared money don't make money.
That's right.
So let's get some money to put into y'all's pockets. Let's go first. A team for this weekend that's going to pull a straight up upset for either college or for the professional game. JB, what you have here?
Hey, I don't know. I don't know what you guys picked. I actually got 2, right? But I'm gonna just go. I'll go with 1, right? And I'll tell you my other one when we're done. So I'm gonna go with Tennessee, right?
Ooh.
Tennessee at home again. See, guess what? Buffalo done came into Tennessee. Buffalo went home. Their tail between their legs.
They did.
Kansas City coming in thinking, well, you know what? Everybody got 10. Tennessee is not favored at home. Kansas City is 3-3. The Kansas City defense is not good.
They aren't.
Neither is Tennessee's.
That's a big game.
But Tennessee has who? They got the king.
Crown him.
They have the king.
Crown him.
And what can the king do? He can eat up clock. He can churn out yards, keep Mahomes on the sidelines. So I think the Titans are going to win this weekend against the Chiefs.
Man, people will flip out if Chiefs lose another one.
Yes, they definitely will. They definitely will. Where you going, Chris?
Yeah, so I'm always looking for kind of off the wall college ones where there's home team getting points. So I'm gonna go with Ohio. The Bobcats are playing.
The Bobcats this year.
They're playing. They're plus 5.5 for Kent State. I think they can get the straight up win. I haven't been great on those just because I mean it's tough to pick those, but we're going Ohio. Ohio.
So you're if the bar you just set, I cannot imagine what we are going to hear next. I can't even imagine what Joey's gonna come up with on this one. If you went there, you went to the MAC conference and picked the Ohio Bobcats, then Joey must be going. He must be going Stafford Middle School football division.
Yeah, he wants that Commonwealth.
Because I know he's going. I don't know what you got, Joey.
JB and Chris. I do love these games also. And as I look up and down, we are in week 8 of the college season. I look at Louisiana Monroe, who pulled off a pretty huge upset last week. They beat the Liberty Flames, a game that they probably had no business winning. Come to find out, the same Louisiana Monroe team is a 13.5-point underdog at home to South Alabama. Are you kidding me? Do the experts not see who they just defeated last week? 13.5 underdog. No, this will be a straight up win for Louisiana Monroe at home against South.
I like them. I like them against the spread, but that's a lot of points.
This will be a win.
That's almost a 2-touchdown favorite.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
This will be a win.
So we got who was it again? I see that Kent State is favored by 5, and your guys are playing who?
Louisiana
Monroe is at home to South Alabama.
And they're getting 14 points.
Yes, they are.
He don't even need that. He don't need them points.
Don't need it at all. This will be
straight. You need the points? Okay. All right.
Vegas must think it's the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, they must think that with that line. Who are they?
Nick Saban is not
right. Yeah, don't they realize this?
I can tell you why. This is the reason why. Louisiana Monroe was averaging 18 points a game.
That is true.
And they give up 35. So that's basically why. And South Alabama's only giving up 19 points a game. And they scored 29. So I can see why that could be the case.
They held Liberty. They had no business winning that game, but they won. They will win this game.
Liberty must have came in. Liberty must have came in like thinking they were playing a Pop Warner team or something, right? I don't see how Liberty loses that game, but it happens, man. College football is crazy. All right,
you never know. All right, guys, let's go to our biggest lock for this weekend, college or pro. Where you going here, Chris?
Give me Minnesota, beating Maryland. I think I've been off the Maryland train Actually, I've been off there since the start of the season. They scared me a little bit because I had them on the over under 6.5 wins, I think. I don't even know how many wins they have now total, but yeah, so
both got they got 4. Maryland behind the scenes has won 4 games.
Yeah, I know they're close. Well, that's what I was scaring. It was scaring me. So now, but yeah, so I'm still taking Minnesota. I think Minnesota's getting slept on a little bit. So they whooped up on Nebraska last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey's team who will not win 7 games this year.
No. So yeah, give me Minnesota with the straight up win.
No, okay. It's good to see. That's a nice pick.
Where are we going, JB?
All right. So normally at this time of the evening is when I try to humiliate the Giants. Because normally whoever's playing the Giants is usually my lock. But this time I'm picking another NFC East team that I despise even more than the Giants.
WFT.
I'm going with the Redskins. The Packers are going to maul the Skins. The Skins are supposed to have, everybody was bragging about, the Washington, I said the Skins, I'm sorry, the football team's defense. The football team's defense is going to be one of the best defenses in the NFL. We got all these great first round draft picks up front.
Yes, they do.
But you got nothing in the back end. You got nothing. You got nothing. And Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give me the Pack in a landslide. That's a lock. Book it. Spread and all. Book it.
Well, Chris and JB, for my biggest lock, JB, I'm going to need you to do something for me when it comes to my biggest lock for this weekend. I need you to call Jasmine. I need you to tell her to turn on.
Texas State, Lord have mercy.
Turn on her television as she watches her Texas State Bobcats.
Yes.
They will lose to Georgia State. The same Georgia State that's put 55 points on my upset team, Louisiana Monroe, who will upset South Alabama. Georgia State put 55 on them 2 weeks back. Okay, Georgia State will handily win this game against Jasmine's Texas State Bobcats on Saturday. This is a lock. Get your money ready, millions.
Favored by 10 points. They're favored by 10 and a half.
Lock.
It better be a lock.
This is a lock. It should be 21 and a half if you ask me.
I think the Packers are probably favored big too. Let me see. The Packers are favored.
Probably not that big. Probably
just 7.5. So
yeah,
touchdown in the hook.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know what's Maryland, Minnesota. That's 4.5. That's a little bit. We need a rule on the locks, like under 10.
Last week, Joey wanted a rule on the sleepers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It needs to be what? What are you saying? Over 4?
I would just say, I mean, if you were an underdog and you not picked to win, you're a sleeper.
Joey,
if all the money is on the other team,
Joey wants deep sleeps. That's
you want some. I mean,
beauty.
I mean, if you're picking a spread above 10 and above, they're not going to win. It's a waste of a pick. It's a sleeper. It's like it's dead. It's a dead man walking.
This is strictly for Jasmine. For her.
Spread on that lock. I mean, that's okay. But Texas State, yeah.
But if you say the lock is that they'll, unless you're throwing out, because he's saying they'll win by at least 2 touchdowns. That's
3
your lock.
touchdowns.
I mean, you know what? Your lock is your lock. It don't matter. We said that's a money line pick, right? Like last week, I believe the Rams were favored by more than 10, but they were my lock even though Joy was like in the background, I heard today, well, the Rams have to fly across country. And I'm like, it don't matter. It's a damn lock, okay? I don't want to hear that. You can hear me in the back. I faded today. You in the background going, yeah, man, the Rams got to fly across country, early in the morning. I'm like, oh, it don't matter. It's a lock. Huh?
You picked up on that?
Yeah, I just checked. I listened today. I'm like, yeah, I heard him. I heard it the night you did say it too. I was like, yeah, it don't matter. It's a lock. They're going to get their butts crushed.
That was this big blue team. All right, y'all. Let's go to our last category. Your winner versus the spread, college or pro. Where you going, JB?
All right, this is going to be a controversial pick, right? Because you're thinking, man, it's no way. I'm saying that the Lions are going to go into LA and put up a fight. I'm saying that that Jared Goff is going to probably have his best game of the season, even though he's hot garbage. I had a discussion earlier, but I think this Dan Campbell then already put out the warning: step up or get benched. But I think this game they're going to hopefully run plays for Swift because it's your best player, and you don't run plays for him. How you going to win? How you going to compete? Right? But the spread is 16 and a half. I just don't see the Rams beating those guys. It may happen. I mean, they beat the Giants 38-11 last week, right? So it could happen, but I'm saying that the Rams will be the Lions will be competitive. They'll lose, but I don't think the spread's gonna get covered. So that's why I got the Lions in a loss covering.
Okay. Chris?
Loving the big points. I got Virginia Tech covering the 3.5 over Syracuse. Sorry, Syracuse fans.
Let Buttons find out, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Don't let Buttons find out.
Oh, yeah, he has his chance to pick him.
Buttons is ready. Buttons is already in the waiting room. I gotta let him wait and simmer for a little bit.
Yeah, he's hearing this. He's just he's just getting more and more bitter right now.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm taking Virginia Tech as my against the spread pick for Virginia Tech there for against the Cuse.
Okay. University spread.
McNabb's not walking through the door.
No.
Man, Virginia Tech is just not the Virginia Tech that I remember right now.
No.
Beamer ball is no more.
It's gone. So is Jimbo Fisher and Bobby Bowden ball, but Florida State is still favored by by 35.5 points, and they will cover against UMass on Saturday.
Oh my God.
35.
Leave UMass alone.
They will cover.
The last time we picked against UMass, everybody except Chris lost. We all picked UConn, and UMass destroyed UConn.
Florida
Island was good to me.
Their last two games, they went into Chapel Hill. They were a 17.5 point dog. They won straight up. Now they need to start looking good if he is going to keep his job and keep primetime from having his name called by Tallahassee. They need to start looking really, really good. They will cover 35.5 points. They
home too.
That's a lot of points.
UMass must be getting a lot of money to play them this week. They must be. Why is he? Yeah, it must be, right? Okay. All right. Hey, there we go. Those are our picks. Watch the show. So you can go back and look and see. Make your picks. Put your money down. Win. May the odds be in your favor. Right? That's a tough one though. If you're gonna lay down money on that 35-point spread, you a baller. All right. Because I wouldn't touch. I'm not touching that ever.
I'm touching it.
Sir, you never know what can happen.
Your money
35. Watch for the back door on that one.
I know, right? Bad beat, bench all the players. All of a sudden, UMass scores 2 late touchdowns.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna be up and then they're just whatever.
Yep. What's next? Here we go. We got our college picks. Every week we pick 12 games. Well, I pick 12 games. I try to pick some decent matchups. I try to diversify. And this week we got some good matchups. I'm about to let my man's Buttons into the room.
Let's get it.
And then we're gonna start making these picks. My man's the hot one and C Double have sent me their picks. If you want to see our picks in total, all you do is go to the YouTube, click on the content in the YouTube, see the links right there. Click on the links. You can see everything we're doing. And make your best. Put your money down.
Everything.
Everything. Matthew Scott, aka Buttons.
Here comes Buttons. Here comes Buttons. Yeah. Oh, Buttons got the 44 on. Oh, he's got the Q so much.
Chris, we got words.
I hope he can hear you.
I knew you were in there just stewing over it. Got
words for you. All right. All right.
What's going on?
Buttons, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing all right. How about you guys?
We here. We're putting out content. We're making the world a better place for all you fantasy people and you bettors out there trying to get paid. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start it off with the first game. We have a American Athletic Conference matchup. We got the Memphis Tigers, who are one of my teams, versus the Central Florida team. I think that's you, right, Chris? That Joey.
They've been horrible this year. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That
so
sounds like
but
me.
This week they're actually favored by 1.5. The line may have changed, but I told everybody so you know. I picked the lines on Wednesday. The lines for Wednesday are the lines we're gonna use. These are our books. So hey, do what you got to do. All right. So up first, we got Memphis versus Central Florida. I'm going with the Tigers. Joey, who you got?
This is a tough one right here. Conference matchup. They're about even on offense. Very even as far as passing and rushing. I'm gonna go Memphis here. I'm going to go Memphis.
I'm going strictly probably because of Homer and I need them to win. I'm going UCF here.
UCF, Homer. All right, Buttons.
Yeah, Memphis is definitely going to win this game, even though UCF does play better at home. So, Chris, you do have that going for you. Memphis is going to stop the run. They're going to make UCF's quarterback, Keen, win the game, which, again, he hasn't proven. Give me Memphis.
Here we go.
Losing Gabriel hurts them big time.
Yeah.
Yes, it
does.
All
right. So now we have, I think, probably one of the biggest matchups of the week. We got an undefeated Fighting Mullets going into Ames, Iowa, and not favored. They're a touchdown.
Joey, no respect.
A touchdown underdog going into Iowa State. Wow, I can't believe it, but that's what it is. Buttons, who you have?
I told you in my picks, JB, this is the easiest one on the entire card. Two huge defensive juggernauts here. I'll go with the better defensive front. Bet the under. Give me Oklahoma State.
The under.
This
Big 12.
That's kind of Big 12, man. That's a not so fast. Last week I looked. Me and Buttons were like different on almost every game, and so of course you had a good week because I sucked it up. So
you really did, Chris.
Again, I'm going Iowa. This is another one. I got Iowa State, so this is another homer pick, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going against Joey. Joey got 2 undefeated teams left. Iowa. Well, you got Oklahoma State, Joey, and Cincinnati.
And that
looking good, man. Looking real good.
That is going all the way to the dang Final Four, baby. So that's looking really good. That's looking really good. But I am as Rodney Dangerfield's going crazy right now in heaven, telling jokes because right now, what else does Oklahoma State have to do to get some respect on their name? What else do they have to do? Now I'm going to take the points. They will win this straight up. Give me those Cowboys.
Hey, I'm with you, man. I researched all these games. I'm not getting into everything because I'm on the clock. So, but yeah, I got Oklahoma State too, man. It's just this is disrespectful, right? These guys, Oklahoma State, they win close games. They pull things out, so I think they'll go into Ames, and it's gonna be a dog fight. But
they win in environments that are hostile. They will do it right here too.
Yeah. Yep, they will do it until they get to time for that bedlam. They're gonna take an L.
Oh yes, it's gonna be different.
I can't wait for rivalry week. Oh my goodness, there's gonna be some good games to pick that week. Okay, all right. So up next, we're going to the MAC. If you watched earlier, these guys love the MAC. They love the MAC. They love going to the MAC and making these picks for you guys to bet. Like Chris says, sometimes it's not always the big games or like the big name game where you want to bet and make your money. You got some juicy options down there in the MAC conference, right?
Absolutely.
But we got Northern Illinois versus Central Michigan. And Central Michigan is favorite at home. They're giving 5 points. I'm taking Northern Illinois on this one. Joey, who you got?
You there, JB? They will win this straight up as well. They won.
I'm getting scared.
They will win 5 straight after this weekend. It will be 5.
I'm getting scared. All of my picks right now, and Joey's are the same. Oh my goodness. Congratulations. Joey's hot as a firecracker right now. He's hot.
Maybe it'll continue. I'm going against you guys. I don't even think this is going to be close the other way. I'm going Central Michigan.
Yeah, all our first picks are different. Oh my goodness.
Good pick, Chris. That's a good pick. We go from the hardest one on the card to the toughest one on the card. And let me tell you how Central Michigan has the edge. Has everyone ever researched the Chippewa Marshall meter? If not, please do get a laugh. How can you go against that team? Give me Central Michigan.
Central Michigan for the comedic effect. I got you, Buttons. All right. So up next, we got a big one next. We got those Syracuse Orange versus those turkeys from Blacksburg. Buttons, do I even need to ask you who you got?
Let me tell you something, JB. I said it. I left my message short this week in my email. Everybody know what this is? This is your heart. This is when you pick with your heart. Absolutely. JB, you got to go with the Orangeman. Oh. Give me the Cuse.
Oh, geez.
Oh, Buttons, I got you, Buttons. I got you.
Greg Paulson is not walking through that door.
Oh, my goodness.
He is not walking through. Give me Syracuse. I mean, give me the Tech. My bad. Give me JB left.
JB's got right off of there.
JB's like, I'm out of here with that.
He got right off of there. He was not happy about that pick at all.
No, he's
here, man.
Out of here.
Well, let me tell you all this. 1997, the fall of 1997, I go to Blacksburg. I see Donovan McNabb playing golf.
Let's go.
I saw what happened to Donovan McNabb and a Syracuse team that comes to Blacksburg. They are not successful. Give me those Hokies.
Oh, there we go.
So, do I need to tell you who I got? Buttons, do I need to tell you who I got, Buttons?
My man.
Give me the Orange.
Oh.
Beaver is not walking through that door, Joey. Mike Vick, Tyrod, Cam Chancellor are not coming through that door.
Oh.
Okay.
Give me the Orange men and the points all day, every day. The Orange men games have all been close. Their last 3 games, all losses by 3 points. Their last 3 games, 9 points is the margin of defeat. Give me the Orange.
This is a big matchup.
All right. So, y'all thought I had left. See, I had a surprise for y'all. No, I had left the building. I'm still here. I'm going to keep my Syracuse Orange hat on, too. All right. So, up next, we got Joey's mans in them. the Wisconsin Badgers at Purdue. And I think, hold on, and I think Wisconsin is favored, even though Purdue is the ranked team.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
I think Purdue last week, they beat Iowa, and I think they're on cloud 9, but I think this week that bubble gets burst. Give me Wisconsin.
In this series, Wisconsin has won 14 straight games. That Iowa team is not who we thought they were. They clearly are not who we thought they were. Wisconsin is struggling. Wisconsin is going to go and get their behinds whooped against Purdue. Give me Purdue.
Wow, Purdue. Go ahead, my man, Joe.
Yeah, Purdue showed they've got elite athletes against Iowa, and I think they may have elite athletes against Wisconsin too, because usually Wisconsin and Iowa are similar type of teams.
Mm-hmm.
So this is more of a pick 'em to me, and so I'm just taking it because of the points here. So I'll take Purdue here and the points.
All right, Buttons, who you got?
This one was one of the easiest ones for me. Purdue scores more points per game than Wisconsin. They allow less points per game than Wisconsin. They have half the turnovers Wisconsin does. Purdue all the way.
You're like, so with all that, I'm going with.
All right. So up next, we have Oregon versus UCLA in a revenge game.
Joey matchup right here.
A good old revenge game.
Big
we
one.
got the Chip Kellys going in, well, at home versus the Ducks. Buttons, who you got?
Did you all know that Oregon is the only FBS team, the only one to rush for at least 180 yards in every game this season? The streak continues here. Give me Oregon.
Chris, who you got?
UCLA. This is a tight one for me. Man.
Real tight.
That's a real tight. Give me UCLA.
Knew it.
Something tells me I did not enjoy Oregon's performance last week.
You picked them to cover the spread.
You didn't like it.
I wanted them to. They have to start. This is a beauty contest, JB. You got to start looking pretty.
Yeah,
you got to start. You got to show off who your dimes are for that committee. I didn't like the way that things looked for them. We're going to see Chip Kelly looking across that sideline say, "You miss me yet?" Give me UCLA.
UCLA. All right.
That Arizona State loss hurts the Pac-12 big time.
Man, it hurts, man. You know, and for me, I think Oregon's going to come in here and get that dub. I think Chip Kelly going to be pushing a little bit too much. Once he wants to win so bad, it's not going to happen. I think Oregon is more battle tested than them this year. I mean, Oregon went into the shoe and got a victory. So even though they had one bad game where they lost, I think they'll beat UCLA. And Oregon's getting the points too. Give me those 2 points. All right. So we got LSU next versus Ole Miss. We got Joey's man's Ed Algeron out here doing all kind of stuff.
You know, he's got the dime.
Coming out end of the year, leaving LSU.
See ya. Well, it's a good ride.
But you're gonna tell me a team that can't stop anybody. Ole Miss will score points, but they can't stop anyone. And LSU, as you found out last week, they're gonna run the ball down Ole Miss's throat over and over. Like my grandman said, I'm gonna sew you. You know what, clothes and keep feeding you and feeding you and keep feeding you. Listen, LSU is going to eat. And they get 9 points? Give me LSU those points, man.
All right, Joey.
God, sit down. We got to talk. After the national championship, I sort of did some things I shouldn't have been doing. I felt like I was a king of Louisiana. Did whatever I wanted, had all the dimes I wanted, laying in bed with women that I don't even know. Well, this weekend, we're going to go in there and we're going to try to do the best that we can.
But they're not going to do well. Give me Ole Miss, because Ole Miss still has something to prove. Someone's still trying to get into that room where all of the real SEC coaches are.
Manning is not coming in that door.
He still wants in that room. He's knocking on that door. They're about to have a goodbye ceremony for old Orgeron. He earned it. He had the greatest team in college football history. They're going to let him go away. They're going to crack the door open and let him go out. But someone still wants in. So give me Ole Miss.
Kiffin's just knocking. He's just
he's
can I get in?
That's Joey's man, Kiffin.
It's me.
He's definitely looking. He's definitely looking.
So I had been riding LSU. So they got my win last week. So now I'm jumping ship and I'm taking Ole Miss now. I've used them up. That dime is gone for me. See ya.
Wow. Wow. You guys are crazy. Yeah, normally I am all in on the LSU disc tour this year, but 9 points. 9 points. That's way too many. Very little defense played. I'd bet the over if I was you. Give me LSU.
Definitely. I will be putting that over in a parlay this weekend. Trust me. I'm going to do that. All right. So next, we got probably college football's most disappointing squad. Dabo, what is going on?
Yeah, Dabo.
What's going on in Clemson, man? Oh my goodness. So we got Clemson versus Pitt, and Pitt is favorite. Who you got, Buttons?
So like you said, JB, this is not your typical Clemson team. Brian Dawkins ain't walking through that door. Dwight Clark ain't walking through that door. I'll take the Kenny Pickett-led Pittsburgh.
No, me and Buttons on the same page here. Yeah, I think Pittsburgh's one of the more underrated teams right now. So yeah, I think I'm going Pitt here.
Clemson's offense has been caca this year, but Clemson's defense has been there the entire time. This is going to be a hard hitting game, and Clemson will pull off the upsets. Give me Clemson.
Man, crazy.
I picked Clemson was my first pick in our conference of the CJ Squared Conference of Champions. That was my first pick. And they were my first pick.
Yeah.
My goodness. And they are disappointing. Their offense is anemic. It is so bad that it's putting the defense in situations where they have to save every game. They had to save the game against Syracuse last. They had to save the game against Boston College. They could not save the game against NC State. They took Georgia to the brink. Georgia beat Clemson on a defensive touchdown. People don't seem to realize that. That score was 10-3, and Georgia scored on a pick six while Clemson was driving. But Clemson cannot score, and this Pitt team puts up numbers.
It's definitely tough for them.
So give me Pitt. And I hate to say it, but I got to take Pitt. All right. Here we go. We got San Diego State versus one of the academy schools, the Air Force.
Aim high.
Let me tell you something. Real quick, check the stats. San Diego is one of the best teams in the country against.
Yes, they are.
The run. So give me San Diego State all day. Who you got, Joey?
San Diego State has won the last 7 meetings. This will be 8. Give me San Diego State.
Chris is going Air Force.
This one's tough for me because I think this line's pretty good.
Arizona Air Force is giving the points, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. So to try to make up, I'm gonna go Air Force here to try to make up some points here.
Oh my! That is just so crazy. You know what? God, man. I'm not even worried about a quarterback change this week for the Aztecs. Give me San Diego State.
All right. Oh, no, we got another Western Athletic. This may be the Mountain West.
Absolutely.
Is it the Mountain West or Western Athletic for Fresno State?
This is the Mountain West.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. I know it's one of those. It's one of those two. Mm-hmm. We got Nevada and Fresno State. Buttons. Who you got?
This one was very tough for me as well. Carson Strong is a very underrated quarterback, though. I think he leads the way here. Give me Nevada.
Nevada. All right. Who you got, Chris?
Me and Buttons.
Here we go.
We're differing again. Give me Fresno.
Fresno, yeah. You look at the teams and the stats. It's close, man. It's
close.
I mean, their stats are almost similar across the board. You go from the points scored, points allowed, yards per game. They're not that far apart at any point. So it's gonna be it's tough, right? Who you got, Joey?
Give me Fresno State. I think their defense is just a little bit more stingy. They are home. Give me Fresno State.
Yeah, that was my deciding factor too. I think Buds may be on an island on this one, unless I didn't put Chris Doubles picks in yet, but the picks I got right now, Buttons is definitely on an island. I took Fresno basically because they were at home. If Nevada would have been at home, I probably would have took Nevada on this one. This was a tough call. All right, up next we got Utah, the Utes, undefeated in the Pac-12, going to Oregon State. Oregon State. Hold on, did I get this right? Is Oregon State favored? Let me make sure I put that in right.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I think
they're
favored.
So, JB. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Just want to make sure. Give me Oregon State. I think Utah.
I think Utah's favored.
That's what I said, right?
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, Utah is favored by 2.5.
All right, but it was 3 yesterday. So So give me Oregon State and the points at home. Utah came off a big win. They're going on the road, and I think you may have a little bit of, a letdown, and Oregon State pulled off the upset. Who you got, Joe?
I will join you and take those Beavers.
Joey.
At
Jump
home.
Jump on the bandwagon.
Give those Beavers.
Come on. Can I have the night?
I'm gonna go. I'll give me Utah.
I knew it.
Oh man. I thought I was gonna be on another island, but Chris bailed me out. You see?
There you go.
the Utes are rolling right now. Wins against USC and Arizona State. They are gonna continue to roll.
Oh God, you got Utah. All right. So I'm going to start with my pick first on this one, even though Buttons just picked last, because we got to save Buttons for the big finale, right? So we got one of the biggest rivalries in college football. We have the USC Trojans going to Notre Dame to play them. Notre Dame is favored by 7 points. These games usually, even though USC is struggling, right? I think this game is going to be closer than a touchdown. So give me USC and the points on the road. Joey, who you got?
The Fighting Irish will continue to understand that they are a one-loss team that needs to look as good as they possibly can in this beauty contest. They will roll They will roll the Trojans. They will
roll them.
They will sun them.
They will sun them.
Southern Cal.
You get sun. That's what happened. That's what happened to the Bucks today. They got sun.
They got sun.
You get beat by 42 points. That's called a sunning.
The Trojans will be sunned. It's an embarrassing program. They will be sunned.
Embarrassing.
So the line opened at 3.5, and it's moved all the way. So I'm just gonna follow the sharp money here, and they know more than me. So I'm I would have liked it at 6.5. Really would have liked it, but that's 7. 7, we still got it. So what you got it at 7, not 7.5, right?
No, when I got it, when I looked at it yesterday, it was at 7.
All right, don't give me that hook. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it at I'll take Notre Dame at -7.
Buttons?
All buttons.
Everybody ready for knowledge time?
Come on, Buttons.
Ready, Buttons. Bring it down for us, Buttons.
USC is 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games against Notre Dame.
Okay.
USC on average scores more points per game this year than Notre Dame.
Oh my gosh.
USC also outgains them in total yards per game. USC is on a 7-game road winning streak.
Oh God.
Now, that being said, not so fast, my friend.
Thank you, Biden. Thank you.
The last loss on the road for USC, Notre Dame.
There you go.
Notre Dame has lost 1 game in the last 20 at home. USC has covered only once in the last 5 games on the road against Notre Dame.
Okay.
Nobody upon nobody steals me Lucky Charms. Give me Notre Dame, baby.
Woo, boy. Buttons. Notre Dame.
He's always waving on the way
I'm looking at C Double's picks right now, and I'm going to tell you guys how many islands we got. It's like I'm on
how many islands we got, JB?
Not many. I think I'm on one this week. Usually I'm not on one, but this week I'm definitely on an island this week. So let's see who we got here. I think we got.
Nobody takes me goat.
Nobody takes me Lucky Charms. Let's see. Ooh, man. Let's see. Yeah. Chris. No. So looks like it's only one island. And that's me taking USC in the points.
Wow.
That's the only island we got.
Did you just hear that knowledge that Button just put out there? You want to come on over to us?
Come on over.
Man. Nope. I'm going to take my periodic table of Marvel characters. I'm going to take my Syracuse flag and my Syracuse hat. I'm going to go to my island. I'm going to drink me some 1885. If y'all know what that is, I'll teach you one day. All right. And on my island chilling.
Is that
I'll see you when I see you.
Is that the late game on TV? That game should be on TV, right? 7:30.
It's probably a 7:00 game on. It's probably gonna be on NBC. Maybe. Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, it starts at 7:30. I saw, so it probably is.
Let's see, 7:30. Yep, NBC 7:30. Is it gonna be who calling the game? Dick Enberg or is it Bob? What's the guy named Bob Costas? He calling the game? Oh, you know what? It's my man from Syracuse calling the game. What's the guy's name with the glasses? Oh, what's that guy's name? He always calls the Syracuse games too. Because, every commentator announces from Syracuse, basically. All those guys are Syracuse guys, like most of them. And I'm not lying about that. It's true.
Mayock's coming back out.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Oh, my God. What is that guy's name, man? Oh, black guy with glasses, short, kind of stocky.
On channel, that's going to be on channel 4.
That's the NBC.
It's NBC.
It's
not Tirico, is it?
It's not going to be Tirico.
Tirico?
Right, Tirico.
It's going to be Tirico?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Right, Tirico always calls those games.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a call to give me a shout out. Say, Mike, tell him what USC is going to do, right?
There we go.
Yeah. Mike Tirico. NBC Sports since 2016.
Yes, he has been there.
All right. Education, Syracuse University.
Oh,
all right, everybody, look.
Okay.
Tonight you got some knowledge. If this information will be out there for you to check out. If you want to make your bets based on what we're doing, do it. We win. I don't know who's going to be, but somebody's going to put up some big numbers this week, right? Because we got a whole bunch of differentiation going on. So may the odds be with you.
Forever be in your favor.
Be in your favor. All right. Anything for the masses, Joey?
The Knicks are back. The Knicks are back.
We're back, baby.
We are back. We are excited. We are relevant. Get ready, Eastern Conference.
Oh my goodness. Chris.
Let me say, pump the brakes on the Knicks. It was one game.
Not so fast.
But also, Joey, where can you find that link? You got to show that link wherever they can find that link at. It was like on Bleacher Report.
Oh, yes, it was.
Oh, yes, Knicks fans going crazy.
If you get a chance to watch
the
that.
NBA title, like we won the NBA title in the streets, going nuts.
Oh, it is hilarious.
They win one game.
Bringing up Tom Brady for no reason. We just got finished beating the Celtics in a great game, and Tom Brady's name comes up. How great is Tom Brady that his name comes up after a basketball game?
A game one.
Absolutely.
Like a literal game one. So.
Absolutely.
Hines, what you got for the big finale?
I just have one thing. I have advice for all of the NFL teams out there.
Oh, my goodness.
If you are down by 3 and it is 4th down and you have a chance to either win the game or tie the game and play for the win in overtime, you always kick the ball. Kick the ball.
And Buttons, I want to piggyback off of that. NFL teams, if my fantasy well-being is in the balance, do the exact opposite of what Buttons said.
So check in with JV first.
Give me a call first, and I'll tell you, you know what? Go for it or kick the field goal, and I'll tell you which one would benefit me.
Absolutely.
Because, like I said before, thank you, Buffalo Bills, for that play call.
Hey.
There you go, right?
This horrible.
And shout out to the Bills Mafia. Y'all still good. Don't worry. Don't worry, Buns. You guys still you in the AFC East, right?
If that game costs us home field advantage, you will not want to see me the week after week 18.
I'll tell you what, if the Titans win this weekend, it could. If the Titans win this weekend, it could, because the king is the king, man. He's out there. He's out there. Oh, and for me, my last thing is Atlanta Braves. You lost this game tonight. It doesn't matter.
Take back to the South.
You have 2 games left to make the World Series. I remember a couple years ago, the Nationals, all those injuries, everything going wrong. They made a run and they won the World Series. People out here were going crazy. This is what can happen in the A. Forget about what the Falcons did a few years back. The ghost of Matt Ryan should not come through that door. You need to harness your Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, Andrew Jones, Chipper Jones. Take their spirits and take them with you into game 6 and hopefully not game 7. Do not blow this series, Atlanta. We need you. That's what I have. Come on, let's go, Braves. Let's do it. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. And once again, knowledge was given, right? Like Joey said, come on. All right, man. Y'all have a good night. And happy Friday, everybody.
Yes.
Woo.